We're in page 19 of our notebooks. Guys, on page 19, let's talk about this heading. Will you put a big V above the vertical angles? This is a big deal in geometry. They're in almost every picture we look at. And then put a big LP above linear pairs. Linear pairs, same thing. They are in almost every picture we're going to talk about it. Okay, underneath this, put a C. I can teach you about complementary just with the letter C. And then put an S under supplementary. I can teach you supplementary with the letter S. It's a trick I learned when I was in geometry. Helped me remember. Okay, let's go right in. So first vocab, vertical angles. Because let's talk about vertical angles and linear pair at the same time. So I'm going to draw a big picture covering both of those. Let's draw two lines that intersect at one point. So there's a line, it's a line, so make sure it has arrows. There's a line, make sure it has arrows on it. So they're intersecting at that point. Okay, vertical angles. The vertical angles are across from each other. They're always equal. It's super convenient. So if we have, this is angle 1 right here, and this is angle 2 right here, those are vertical angles. Okay, just stop and think about that. Do they look like they're across from each other? Check. That's what vertical angles are. They're looking at each other. Okay, the great thing about vertical angles is they're equal. Angle 1 is congruent. That's the congruent symbol to angle 2. They will be the same measurement every time. Angle 1 is 50, angle 2 is 50. Okay, let's add in 3 and 4. So here's 3, here's 4. What do you think? Are 3 and 4 vertical angles? Absolutely, so those are also equal. So angle 3 would be congruent to angle 4. Super nice when you're trying to solve for angles. Okay, linear pair. Okay, circle this part. What do you think? Linear pair always makes a line. It's right in the word, right? Linear pair. Pair means two. So two angles that form a line. We can use this same picture. Anybody want to guess this and this form a line? Ellie thinks. What do you think? Angle 2 and 3. Angle 2 and 3? Okay, Ellie said angle 2 and 3. Absolutely. 2 and 3 are adjacent. They're next to each other. They form this line. Do you see that? Okay, linear pair. Guys, talk yourself through this. Vertical angles are equal. Linear pair are not. Linear pair forms a line. What does a line add up to be? Always 180. So put those two together and they equal 180. So Ellie said that angle 2 and angle 3 form a linear pair. Well, if they form a linear pair, they add up to equal 180 degrees because they make a line. Don't set linear pair equal. They're not equal. Add them together, they equal 180. Okay, guess what? That's not the only linear pair in there. Can you see another linear pair in that picture? Line. Kelsey, what do you see? 4 and 1. Absolutely. So right above it, they form this line right there. Let's write it out. So 4 and 1, so angle 4 plus angle 1 would absolutely equal 180 degrees. Okay, that's not it. There's another pair in there. What else do you see? Colton, what do you see?
Angle 1 and 3.
Absolutely. 1 and 3 are a linear pair. They're adjacent, they're next to each other. They form this line right there. So we can say angle 1 plus angle 3 equals 180. Oh man, there's one more pair. Guys, shout out, what's the other pair? Which angles?
4 and 2.
Perfect, 4 and 2. So put it on your notes. Angle 4 plus angle 2 would also equal 180. Holy crap, right? So much going on. Okay, complementary, supplementary. I like teaching these together at the same time. However, when I was a geometry student, I could not remember which was which. I knew that one of them stood for 90 degrees, and I knew that the other one stood for 180 degrees, and I always guessed wrong. Until the kid next to me in geometry class made fun of me, and he's like, this is easy. Why do you get this wrong every single time? Every single time I grade your papers, you get these wrong. And I was like, well, I can't do that. And he's like, watch this. So are you watching? So complementary starts with a C, yeah? Supplementary starts with an S. Remember, one of them stands for 90 degrees, and the other one stands for 180 degrees, and he showed me this trick. He used this pencil, we'll draw it. He said, you get a straight line, you can only put your pencil on there. So he put his pencil right like that. So draw on your notes, just make a straight line down. So which one do you think that one stands for, the 180 or the 90? Cha-ching, the 90 degrees, that's all I needed a trick. So complementary angles stands for 90 degrees. It's two angles added together that equal 90 degrees. So helpful. Probably got in trouble for talking, but at least it helped. Okay. All right, let's do the same thing for supplementary. So he took his pencil, he laid it like this. So when you make a straight line, it looks like a 8. That helped me remember 180. You see the connection? So supplementary angles, same exact definition, but they add up to equal 180 degrees. Okay, so two angles added together to equal 180 degrees. Not too bad. Raise the hands, how many of you find that trick helpful? You can remember that? Just remember, one one's 90, one one's 180, which is which, use the trick. Okay. All right, so now the next two vocab words, complement, supplement, they're right off of complementary and supplementary. So I kind of want to just do an example question. So an example question that you might see is, all right, let me think on the fly. What is the complement of 20 degrees? Yes. So complementary stands for 90. So what is the complement of 20? It's saying what plus 20 will give you the 90 degrees. Guys, what is it? Shout it out. There you go. That's how complement's going to be used in this section. So 70 degrees is the complement. Okay, exact same thing. Let's do an example for supplement. Okay, what is the supplement of, how about 179 degrees? Supplement, talk yourself through it. Supplement stands for 180. So shout out, what is the supplement of 179? 1 degree. Little teeny tiny angle. Okay, we got 2, 4, 6 vocab. Guys, with your fingers, show me how many of those you understand out of the 6. 6 for 6, 5 for 6. How do you feel about all these vocab? Feel pretty good? Okay, nice. Let's go to the next one. The flag questions, so popular. Okay, draw on the pictures. I'm begging you. On the test, on the quizzes, you can draw on stuff. I'm a doodler. I'm drawing everything. So right here it says, in the flag shown at the right, angle 1 has a measure of 60 degrees. So I would take my pen or pencil and I would write right here, 60 degrees. Okay, then let's talk ourselves through it. I need a hand in the air. Don't shout out. Hand in the air. Which angle is its vertical angle? If angle 1 is 60, what number is the vertical angle? James, what is it? 3. 3 is the vertical angle. What's so great about vertical angles? They're equal. So angle 3 would have to be 60 degrees. Okay, be very careful. Guys, are angle 2 and angle 3 vertical angles? No. Give me the vocab word. What are they? They're a linear pair. Linear line. What does the line measure to be? 180. So this right here, with the 60 has to be 180. So what does 2 have to be? There you go. This is 120. So what does 4 have to be? You're done. So nice, right? Once you know vertical angles, linear pair, they just bust themselves out. Okay, flip to the next page. Oh, these problems. Well, you're going to have one of these problems on your chapter 1 test, guaranteed. And you definitely have some on your assignment. So let's do this one together. Now this one we talked about vertical angles and linear pair, but I look at this one, look at this, 4x minus 5, its vertical angle is 3y plus 5. We would set those equal to each other, but think back to algebra. Would you ever want to set equal when you have 2 different variables? That would be a nightmare. Don't do it. So in this one, not so friendly with vertical angles, we're going to have to rely on linear pair. So linear pair, they both have the y's. Do you see it? Okay, linear pair, talk yourself through it. Don't set them equal to each other. Add them together, set them equal to 180. Let's do it. So 7y minus 25 plus that 3y plus 5. We add those two angles together, that will equal 180. If you remember the first week of school when I tested your equation abilities, you guys rock these questions. So go ahead and solve it. I'm going to solve it on the board. See if you can beat me. All right, 7y plus 3y 10y, negative 25 plus 5. Add 20. All right, give me a thumbs up. Did you get 20 for y? Yeah? Okay, now I have to do the same thing but for the x's. So add up your x's, set them equal to 180. I'm going to use this space over here. Okay, so we'll have 4x plus 5 plus that, no, minus 5 plus 2x plus 5. That's going to equal 180 because they're a linear pair. That'd be 6x. Oh, that's convenient. Negative 5 plus 5. Cancel. Divided by 6, divided by 6. X equals 30. Alright, thumbs up on that one. How many got that one? Did you beat me to it? Perfect. Okay, go back to the directions. Are we done with this problem? No, not yet. Guys, I really, really highly suggest every geometry problem, finish it and then go back and check the directions because they're historically like this. In fact, on the CRT, there was one like this, where they had this in the ABCD choices, the x equals 30, but the question was actually the angle measure. So a lot of kids got it wrong because they didn't read the directions. Okay, so go back. Take one of them and plug it in. So how about, let's take this 30 and plug it in right there. All right, guys, what is 4 times 30? What's 120 minus 5? Right, 115? Okay, now stop. Be nice to yourself. I would be super excited to plug the rest of them in. You can be nice to yourself because now you know about vertical angles and linear pairs. So if this one's 115, what's this one? Done. Just write it in there. I'm okay with that. Okay, if this one's 115, the one next to it is a linear pair. So you got to think, what's 180 minus 115? 65, right? Okay, so this would be 65. If this one's 65, what's this one? There you go. Okay, thumbs up if you see it. You can be nice to yourself. Does that make sense, being nice to yourself? Plug it in once and then just everything falls into place. Okay? All right, let's go to the next problem. Yes, question, Allie.
Does it matter, like, because x equals 30, does it matter if you plug it into, like, the bottom angle or the top angle?
No, Allie's question was, because x is 30, does it matter if we plug it into 4x minus 5 or the 2x plus 5? Nope. When you plug them in, you'll get these numbers. Yeah, great question. Okay, guys, you're on your own on this one. Go, go, go. You got this. Okay, if angle 2 is 52 degrees, guys, shout it out. What's angle 4 then? Perfect. What kind of angles are they? They're vertical. They're vertical angles. Keep saying that word. Keep practicing it. Literally, say it out loud. Okay, if angle 2 is 52, what's angle 1? 126? I think maybe you have to be an 8 to get to the 180, right? So that's 128. So this is 128. Guys, raise your hands if you got that. Yeah, not too bad. Those were my favorite. Next round is one of those algebra ones again, right? Okay, let's do that together. Okay, pause. Will you look at this real quick? This one, are you going to use linear pair or vertical angles? We're going to have to use linear pair. How do I know that, though? We've got across from each other x's and y's. Yikes, don't use vertical. Same here. Cross our x's and y's, don't use vertical. But pause. If there was an x across from an x, could you use vertical angles? Yes, we could set them equal to each other. But this is like the last one we did. Let's use linear pair. So let's do these ones together. Right, here we go. Guys, try to do this. I'll show my work on the board. Try to do it on your own, okay? I hear calculators coming in. All right, everybody get that? Hands in the air. Make sure I did that right. Yes. Okay, try the other one. Set the other one up too. Will you check X? Didn't we get the same thing on X? Did you get 15 on that one? Whew. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, now back to the directions. We gotta find the angle measures. I don't know about you. I think I'd rather plug in 11 than 15. How many agree with me? Because 11 it just doubles the number, right? Okay, well it doesn't double the number. Here we go. Let's take this 11. Let's plug it in. How about right here? Guys, shout it out. What's 8 times 11? 88 minus 4? There we go. So if this one is 84, what's this vertical angle across from it? Perfect. Okay. Now linear pair, what's 180 minus 84? Yeah, I think so. 96. Colton said 96. I agree. So if this one's 96, its vertical angle would also have to be. Not bad. Okay, heads up. I think I skipped a little bit on your notes. So you might have to find the next part. Question, Tyler.
Since we're only putting in one number, we don't have to do X the other variable, right?
Ooh. Okay, Tyler's question was, since we're only plugging in one variable, we plugged in y, and when we found y, we could find all the other angles. So he's saying we don't really need x. The only problem with that is right up in the directions. Solve for x, solve for y. Otherwise, I totally agree with you. So Tyler, if it just says find angle measures, do that way, right? Be nice to yourself. Okay, you ready to find on your notes? I don't remember where. Okay, complement, supplement. Seems like you guys picked up this concept pretty quick. So letter A, given S is a complement of T and S is 32, stop. Shout out the number for complement. What is it? 90. So let's just do 90 minus 32. All right, can you shout that out? Do you guys know what that is? Yeah, be confident. 58. Good job, good job. So that's measure of angle T. All right, we're on to letter B. Okay, letter B talks about supplement. Guys, shout out. Supplement stands for what number?
180.
Perfect, 180. So this one, do that 180 minus 27. All right, what is 180 minus 27? 143 or 153? 153. So 153 degrees, that's going to be the measure of angle B. Okay, thumbs up if that section makes sense. The complement, supplement, you guys survive those ones, you'll be okay. All right, and the crock questions. Can we just do one crock question? Are you okay with that? All right, let's jump to this one. You okay if we do number 4? Okay, number 4, again, I'm trying to tell you, I draw on everything. So if it was my notes, I would trace this out. Here's an angle right here. Check. Here's an angle right here. Okay, in the directions it's saying, when you put the two angles together, are they complementary, supplementary, or neither? Okay, this takes some thinking. I can use the board to my advantage, maybe, if I'm not a dork. Okay, so let me highlight. Okay, so if I bring this angle off the picture, you with me? Rotate it, and line it up. Ta-da! Okay, kind of worked. Okay, I'm a little bit too far rotated. Let me go back a little bit. Guys, are you seeing it? I'm like being a dork with the picture of it. What do you think? Those two together, complementary, supplementary, or neither? There you go, they're supplementary, but you kind of just have to do that in your head. Check? That makes sense? Okay, perfect. All right, let me get you